Today we're going to be talking about two kings in the realm of the duffel space. We're going to be comparing the Patagonia black hole duffel in the 55-liter model and the Cotopaxi Allpa in the 50-liter duffel model. We've talked a lot about both of these backpacks, but now we're gonna hop a little bit deeper into their travel specific categories and talk about these two beasts of duffel bags. So stay tuned if you're into that. First here, we're just gonna take both of these guys out of the bag and just talk a little bit about what I'm seeing. So with the Cotopaxi bag, really easy in and really easy out of this storage bag. So that is a huge plus right out of the gate. You can just toss this mesh bag aside and pick it right up later and jam this bag back into there. Super easy. Super nice TPU kind of waterproof coating on the top here. It gives it a little bit of that sheen or that shine. But the bottom there is just that traditional kind of nylon soft material. So it's got the waterproof, kind of water resistant top, but then the bottom is not waterproof, so something to take note of. The straps on this Allpa are really nice and beefy. Another note with this pack is it feels really comfortable when you are wearing it. Really easy to get on, really easy to get off, and it does feel like a nice traditional backpack when you're wearing it. But with the straps being a little bit nicer, they're a little bit more difficult to take off. So with this pack here, you can take all of these backpack straps off, tuck them in, and be able to just use this like a regular duffel. And if you are throwing it through like TSA or security or checking the bag, it's nice so they don't snag. So that's a nice feature. But you do have to kind of go through this process here of pulling the little piece out and then undoing it on the bottom as well. So again, it's really easy to do it because I know how to do it, but that's one of the complaints you always get with this Allpa is, well, how do I take this bag off? But it just comes with the territory of having nicer straps. Continuing with that on the outside, you've got kind of this grab nylon strap at the top. That's never gonna break, it's sewn in, it's a beast. You've got several different loops to hook stuff on the outside. A side compartment here, a zip compartment, probably about the size of, like an iPhone or a wallet. Some keys, just toss your extra stuff in there. And it also has the little key ring to hold your stuff nice and tight in there. From there, before we get into the main compartment, a nice positive thing about this Allpa is it has this whole bottom compartment here. Why is this nice? This is a smell-proof area. This is for your wet stuff. This is for your stinky stuff. After you've gone out and hiked or had a jaunt around town and traveled, you can toss all of your stuff that you want to eventually wash into this bottom pocket here. So super useful if you'd like to stay organized and keep your clean and your dirty gear separate. We've also got this side pocket. Again, probably about the size of both of my hands here, so really handy. That is just on that one side there. And then again, you can use this as a backpack or like a traditional duffel and just hang it over your shoulder here, or kind of like a sling bag if you lengthen these nylon straps out. From there, you get into the main middle compartment of the bag. 50 liters here on this bag, which is a nice amount of space. It's got that one big open main compartment for all of your stuff, kind of shove it pocket. But then something nice again on the Allpa is it does have this mesh divider pocket up top, maybe for your socks, underwear, bathing suits, things you want to keep separate or accessible, sunglass, deodorant, toothbrush, toothpaste, all that good stuff if you want to just not get it lost. So a positive feature of this Allpa bag is definitely the storage capabilities and components. It's not too much different, as you'll see from the black hole, from a material standpoint, from a recyclability standpoint, and all of that good stuff. But this one definitely packs a punch if you like to get organized. And if you've watched any of our Allpa videos in the past, this Allpa series is all about organization, packing, compartmentalization, and really dialing in exactly where you want things to go. And the duffel bag version of this is no slouch in that category either. So really sick to look at. Super simple, super concise bag, but definitely comes with a lot more storage capabilities. Next, we're gonna hop right into the black hole duffel. We're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna take it out of the sack, compare how easy or difficult, as you'll see it is to get in and out of this thing. and then just talk about what we're seeing. So you just open this one a little bit differently. It's not a top loader, it's this one zipper here. And then you do kind of have to work on forcing everything out of this. And I'm almost afraid to even take this out of here. We're gonna do it for this video, so you better subscribe because I don't wanna put this back in this bag. It's not fun. But I will for you because I love you. It's pretty difficult to get this duffel bag in and out. Yeah, okay. So you can see that was a little bit more difficult. Why was it more difficult? Okay, this is not a storage sack that you can just throw to the side when you're done with it and not using it. The storage sack is the duffel bag. Is that nice? Yes, you don't have to lose your storage sack. It's a little bit more, you know, like just, it's kind of a nice feature to have, I guess, but it makes it very difficult to get this thing in and out of the bag. So take note of that right out of the gate. Okay, so let's do the same thing here. Kind of check this outside in and then see where we're at. The backpack straps on the black hole come here separate, so they can completely come off and not just kind of be stowed away in the pack, but completely just turn this into a duffel bag for traveling if you don't want these to get stuck in any security situations. But then also pretty easy just to get them back on there to turn it into a backpack. These black hole straps are definitely not as comfortable as the Allpa backpack or the Allpa duffel straps, because that is more meant to be carried like a backpack and has that capabilities, and it's kind of built into that system. So just a little bit more pared down, a little bit lightweight, but it is nice that they come separated so you can just use it as a duffel. You know, you always got that shiny kind of look, the completely recycled material on these Patagonia black hole duffels. That's where Patagonia takes the kicker here. I don't know the word to use. Ends up on top here for this one. Because Patagonia is fully 100% recycled materials in this one, and I think Cotopaxi is something probably in the 90 to 95% range, which is still pretty awesome. But if you are really eco-driven and want that to be the main focus behind your product, Patagonia is still the top dog in anything in that field of recyclability. Again here, you've got those traditional duffel straps, which is nice. It's not the same straps as the backpack straps, so you do have a little bit more versatility with this bag. They feel nice on the shoulder. They've got the Velcro lock points and everything like that that you'd expect. This bag is overall a lot more simple though. So you don't see a ton of extra zippers on this. You know, you've got the one extra main compartment in the front here, and that is the storage sack like we talked about in the beginning. So that's where this all folds into itself. You can see there's the little tag and the logo there. So you've got that one relatively large pocket on the front, which is super nice. You can put a lot of stuff in there that you want to access quickly. So really good feature right under that Patagonia logo. And then from there, we just hop right onto the inside of this bag. And you can see that zipper right there on the front is a full throughway zipper into the interior of the bag. So you can get that pocket from the front or from the inside. So that's super nice to have that functionality there if you want to, you know, keep things in an extra area where you can just get at them really quickly. But then when you open the whole bag, you also have access to all of your stuff, and it's not just locked away in that pocket in the front. So pretty cool. Then you've got that one easy kind of stowaway pack pouch, and then again, just the mesh upper divider here for your socks, your underwear, toothbrush, toothpaste, all that good stuff. So, you know, all across the board, fairly similar bag. So something to take note of here on this Patagonia bag is you can really feel that this is just really well made in your hands. It feels like a lot more durable of a bag. It's got those nice buttons and Velcro on the duffel straps. This thing is a tried and true bag that's been a popular duffel for decades and decades now, and there's a reason behind that. You know, it's just super durable, super clean look. It's got those classic Patagonia colors. You're not getting anything too flashy or too crazy, but it's gonna get the job done, and it's gonna last you a very long time. So, you know, between these two bags, they are fairly similar. The black hole is coming in at 55 liters, and the Allpa is coming in at 50 liters. They do both come in a variety of sizes from 30 to 100 liters. So if you need something bigger, get something bigger. If you need something smaller, get something smaller. You know, really at the end of the day, Cotopaxi versus Patagonia, two relatively similar companies. They're all about that sustainable, eco-driven, high quality gear, fashion, you know, all of that good stuff that they get into. But when it just really comes down to it here, partly recycled on the Allpa, fully recycled and blue sign approved on the Patagonia bag. You've got that full-size dirty shoe compartment on the bottom of the Allpa, which is a sick feature, but you don't have that on the Black Hole. You've got limited zipper pockets. Again, the Black Hole is a little bit more simple, and the Allpa has got a little bit more rich feature set when it comes to the pockets and the dividers. Both really durable. The Cotopaxi Allpa just has that TPU coated nylon with reinforced handles, whereas the Patagonia bag, the Black Hole here, comes in with that 900 denier ripstop. So that's just, again, why this bag is gonna come in a little bit higher in that durability category. So if you're looking for something to beat up, throw your ice skates, your baseball, basketball gear, throw it in the back of the car in the trunk, not worry about it. Drag this thing over some rocks in the driveway. You can beat the heck out of this thing and it's gonna last you forever. They both weigh the exact same, 2 pounds, 10 ounces, and they're both right around that same price point, you know, anywhere ranging from $130 to $200, depending on the variant that you pick up. The internal volume from 30 to 100 liters, it's kind of right in there, but we'll say about $150 is kind of the general price for these Allpa and Black Hole duffels, just up and down a little bit from there. Obviously, Cotopaxi is gonna come in with those bold colors, bold styles. You know, we just talked about the black bag today, but if you head on over to our website at ridgeandriver.com, you can see all of the colors that these bags are both available in, and Cotopaxi has some cool, more, you know, poppy colors, the color blocking look they always have. So if you want something a little bit more flashy, go for the Cotopaxi bag. But if you want something a little bit more subdued, definitely go for the Patagonia bag, you know. And if you are traveling in South America or over in Europe and you don't want people to notice that you're a tourist, maybe you should go with the more subdued bag anyways, so people aren't saying, look at those travelers, I'm gonna steal their stuff. You know, not a huge deal, not something to be afraid of, but for those of you who worry about that kind of thing, maybe something to take note of. So at the end of the day, if you want organization, you hate mixing your dirty and your clean gear, and you love bold color, and don't mind a slightly slower strap system, check out the Allpa from Cotopaxi. If you prefer slightly larger capacity, easier strap removal, pure recycled blue sign materials, and streamlined minimalist packing experience, and a super highly durable package, go for the Black Hole. Can't go wrong either way, depends on you. But if you need either one of these bags or want to check out anything else in our travel category, head on over to our website at ridgeandriver.com and use the code YouTube10 for 10% off of your next purchase. Gear is expensive. We want to save you a little bit of money. Make sure you head on over to the site and check that out. And if you like this video, please subscribe, leave a like, drop a comment. Tell us more about what you utilize when you're traveling or when you're shuffling around the city, just packing things in your bags, and we want to know what you're using, and maybe we'll review it in the future. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you have fun out there, stay safe on your travels, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.